Welcome to Authentically Tammy. I'm Tammy, and today we're doing this vintage project. First things first, I'm going to show you guys some of the ephemera that I printed off from Creative Fabrica, and I took it over to Cricut Design Space, and I made these cute little ephemera pieces. Also, I made a little pool pocket, and these are also some of the papers that I'll be using. I found this background paper also in Creative Fabrica. This is my journal. It was an old calendar and I just turned it into this junk journal because I had so many pages laying around and I said, let me just turn this into my junk journal. And as you can see, this is what the background pages look like. And I'm basically just going to be gluing these pages on, I think this is a 6x9 thing, and so I just cut the papers down to whatever size. I didn't go all the way to the edge. I left a little border, but I am going to go in and ink that border once I'm done inking all the little white pieces on this. So once I've inked all the pieces, I'm gonna go in with some Fabri-Tac, and I got a big bottle. I think I got like 3 bottles from Amazon for $24, $25. They had a sale on, and if you know about using Fabri-Tac, you know this glue is very expensive, and so I was very glad that I had caught that sale. I got 3 8-ounce bottles for $25, I believe it was. And so I just transferred some over into these little bottles that I can control the tip. I really do like those bottles, but please keep them turned upside down or you will be shaking them all day trying to get your glue back down to the tip. But other than that, this glue works amazingly. It doesn't curl your pages because it's not water-based. So if you're having problems with your pages curling or appearing to be like too wet, it's because you're using a water-based glue. You most definitely want to use Fabri-Tac if you're having that issue. I absolutely enjoyed. This is just a piece of fabric that I got out of my sewing bin and I frayed the ends and I thought that was really cute. And I'm just gluing that down first because I wanted my I glued this yellow piece to the back of this pocket to make sure that it slides because if it rubbed against that fabric, I'm pretty sure it wouldn't slide as easily. So I just added a backing to that. And then I'm just going to layer this right on top. This is another image that I got from Creative Fabrica. And then those little bees on there are stamps. I just stamped those bees on top. And I want to say the numbers are stamps, but they're not stamps. That's just something that I got from Design Space, and I just pasted it onto the paper and created an attached design, and that's how I got that. I also got these vintage pages. I just wrote the word out and then the tag that's the shape. I got that from Cricut. All of the other images came from Creative Fabrica, and I just printed them out and cut them using Cricut. They're so cute. I have a whole set of these little owls. Like she's riding on a motorcycle, she's in a hammock, she's roller skating. I thought she was so cute. I'm definitely going to be adding her to a lot of more of my designs because she's just having so much fun. And that's exactly what I want to be doing this summer. Having a lot of fun. So she'll be added to some more projects. These butterflies, I think I got these butterflies from Cricut, and what I ended up doing is just adding some of the yellow background. I may have inked the yellow on that butterfly. And I'm just sticking those with the little wings up. This paper, this polka dot yellow paper, were also some designs that I downloaded from Creative Fabrica, and I'm just using it as background just to add a pop of color. I really was thinking like black and white, but then the browns came in so pretty, and I said, "Oh, we gotta have browns too." But I think this color palette is like gorgeous for the summer. So I cut this thing out, and I was like, "What is way too big?" And so I'm just gonna trim those. Well, I haven't discovered that it's way too big yet. I was still trying to say like, "Oh, it's gonna work. I think it's gonna work." So I'm just rounding the edges with my little punch here, and then I'm gonna audition to see if it's small enough or right. And I was like, nah, it's too big. It's covering up all of my little dots in the back. That's one of my biggest issues with scrapbooking is that I don't like to cover up my designs, and so layering is a challenge for me because I don't want to cover up anything. It's like I picked all of these things. I want all of them to show, and so I have to get over that because layering makes everything pop. You can get more on your page, and it's interesting when you have different layers. So I'm working with myself on layering this stuff. It always turns out so pretty, but it's just the way it is sometimes. But I'm learning. So yeah, I'm going through and I'm gonna ink the edges of this. And believe it or not, inking the edges is also a form of layering because now you got the white on the yellow on the brown. And it all flows together in a cohesive way. So I was trying to decide if I wanted to make this a pocket or not. And I think I did decide to make it a little side pocket. It won't be from the top, it's more vertical. So I'll be sliding whatever I put into it from the side. And so I just glued it on three sides and I was checking to make sure I can slide it from the open end of the book and not the spiral end of the book. So I just went around those three sides to make it. And then I was also thinking about making this a pocket as well. And I was like, no, okay, I've done enough. Editing sometimes is your best friend. And then, you want to press down to make sure that it's, secure. And I figure, yeah, I don't need a pocket here. This is good enough. And so I just went on ahead and glued those flowers. Now the flower here with the polka dots, I actually made that design in Cricut Design Space. Those were two separate images, and I layered them on top of each other, arranged them how I wanted, and I thought it was a really cute flower with the polka dots, and it kind of went with the theme of this page with the polka dots on everything. Added a little flair. And so I guess I don't know, I love that typewriter too, and I added those little sunflowers onto the typewriter, and I thought that was cute just to tie everything in so all the elements look like they came from the same kit, but they absolutely did not. I pulled all these things together and tried to create a cohesive look, which I think I really did. I love the way everything came together. And so this is basically it. I'm trying my page, make sure nothing is stuck. You have to really check it because it will glue itself down and you will never get that pocket out of there. I mean that tab out of that pocket. And then I was just thinking, I bought this little tab maker from Amazon, I believe. And I was thinking, let's make a tab because I'm obsessed with tabs. I love a good tab. And so I'm just gonna make a couple. Really, one is all I need. But I am obsessed with making tabs, and so I made 2. And now that I'm looking back at this video, I could have put it on that brown. That was really cute there. But I ended up putting it at the top, which is totally fine. Later on, I'll probably add a little dangle there with some beads or something on it just to add a little flair to it. I didn't do that now, but if you're watching this video for ideas, then you most definitely can do a hole punch there and add some cute little flares there. You can even add a label to that tab. I didn't do that yet because I'm not very sure what I want to use this for, this particular page. But, you can totally do that. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of the page. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye.